James Gunn. When I first learned that he was going to be in the season, I was so happy because not only am I a big Guardians fan, but I also love Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I feel like the show's humor is up his alley and is an organic fit for him. I'm curious, how did his cameo come about the season? Did you guys approach him? Did he approach you? Was he a fan of the series? Obviously, he's worked with another iteration of Harley.
Yeah. Yeah. So we knew he was a fan of the show. He had sort of, just out of the blue been tweeting out often, I would say, about the show, clips or just, just thoughts on it, all very positive. And, we knew we were going to be doing this storyline that involved a sort of prestige, awards worthy biopic of Thomas Wayne, kind of aviator style film celebrating the life of Thomas Wayne, voiced by Billy Bob Thornton, who does voice himself in the show. And we're like, well, who would be a great director for that sort of thing? And we thought of James because we just thought like, oh, he's like I think it's fair to say he makes big budget like popcorn movies that are not this, but now this is his like transition into like he's in his Scorsese period and he's making something a little bit more serious. And so yeah, I just DM'd him because we happened to follow each other and never thinking I would get an answer. We don't really know each other. I've never met him in person. But what ended up happening was he got back to me like almost immediately. It was like, I'm in, let's do this. Here's my reps info. Let's make it happen. And then like within a few weeks, I got to voice direct him. It was remote because he was up in Vancouver shooting Peacemaker. So, we spent like an hour or so together remotely. And just it was a blast. I mean, he's like such a gamer. He's such a good sport. We got to riff on sort of meta jokes about like Marvel and trauma, and that sort of stuff. Yeah, he's a funny improviser as well, and he really like he could have said no to all this stuff, and he didn't. He said yes to all of it, and then came up with other bits that I think were even more like pushing the envelope, which I love. So he got it. It was like a fish to water in this sort of context for him, and I just really appreciate that he made time to do it because I know Peacemaker was a big undertaking, and I think he's proud of it because he's changed his Twitter avatar to his Harley cartoon self.
Right.
So yeah, I think it went well. We'd love to have him back if he's ever around, and we end up getting lucky enough to do another season. It would be great.